I was just checking that the chicken was in a good position. Chicken's in a good position. It's in charge. Hey, Mega H. I'm doing my usual, thinking I'd have this shot before I started, but no, I don't. So, just going to set this up. Okay, make me feel this way, and that looks about right. I'm doing it in normalize for this. Okay, I've got everything ready. Actually, I might get a skewered cherry ready. Save myself some videoing time. Aha! I got you right through the middle too. Nicely done. Alright, that's ready. That's ready. Let's take the lids off. The cures with sugar get stuck in that thread because I never wipe the tops off. Make me feel sweet. Alright, so what do we got? 30, 15, 15. Oh, lime juice. God damn it. This has lime juice in it. Damn it. Alright, chicken's in charge. I'm going to go 30 seconds in my lime juice. That. Well, on the plus side, I just squozed some lime juice fresh today. Hey, musical aviator. Yes, get on the beers for Dan. Dan Andrews' birthday. Although when it was the big celebration, they said, "Are you going to get on the beers?" And he's going, "I'm going to go a bit more top shelf." And he did Starward whiskey, which cockheads in the loser Liberal Party tried to make a thing of. Oh, it's so arrogant. Other people, you're supporting a Melbourne business, you piece of shit. Fucking hate those losers. So, something I have in common with the majority of the state. I hope that also wishing Dan Andrews happy birthday attracts some weird cookers tonight, because those people are off their fucking trolley. Right. Well, there's a very noisy car going past, but that's okay. I don't use the sound for this bit. Rum. Green chartreuse. Triple sec. Maraschino. And lime juice. And open the bottle. Dickhead. All right. Now we've got to shake our booties right down to the ground. And put my sexy Nick and Nora glass here. And that looks about right. Okay. And we'll just get the shaker ready. Some ice. We're a professional outfit here. Well, the dickhead's still driving loudly up and down the street. Hopefully they're gone now. Because my microphone certainly picks that up. Alright, let's do that. And put the shaker together. And we start the little camera. And careful if you're wearing headphones, because the shaker's a bit noisy. And strain this out. Ooh, I like that wash line. That's a nice wash line. Weird on my glass. And a cherry. Okay. So we turn this little camera off. This little camera's done for the moment. I'm going to make at least one more tonight. So I'm going to put the lids on these bottles. Right, I'll do this. Alright, put the lids back on. I don't know. I just think that looks better for a picture. That's Safa. Hello, Safa. Yeah, I may be old, but I can recognize usernames from across the room. Alright. Yes. And take a little picture. That'll do. Alright. No, I'm not doing an attachment. Just going to make the video. Oh, my guts feel funny. All right. I didn't do takeaway night this week, actually. One thing and another. I think I just fucked something up and I just have to fix it again. But that also won't take long. Yes, I did fuck it up. All right. That's what we like. Okay. Now we're ready. Yes, I'm using a nice David Attenborough touch there, Sartha, by the way. All right. Now, this is a short one, so I should only take about 2 minutes to do this bit, even if I fluff it a couple of times. Oh, God, I just fucking remembered something. I'm just going to... I'm second guessing myself. I'm sure I know the answer to this, but... And I did. I just second guess myself sometimes. G'day, cocktail lovers. July 8 is World Rum Day, and I thought to mark the occasion, let's make a rum cocktail. This is essentially a rum variation on a last word called a bosun bird. And in terms of taste, I tell you what, the rum and the green chartreuse play together in a really interesting way. Here's how we make it. In our shaker, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of an aged rum, then half an ounce or 15 mils of green chartreuse, half an ounce or 15 mils of an orange liqueur, and again, half an ounce or 15 mils this time of maraschino liqueur. To round things out, we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce, around 22.5 mils of lime juice. We add ice to the shaker. The ice made a noise. We add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 to 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain it into a chilled Nick and Nora glass, and we're going to garnish it with a maraschino cherry on a skewer. So if you still have some green chartreuse, flaunt it. Make yourself a last word or a last word variation like the bosun bird. Cheers. All right, we're done for now. What a good game to play. Make me feel this way. And I don't want to fall in love. All right, almost ready to sit down. That's this off. Alrighty-roo. We are a happening thing. Thank you for your service, chicken. You are no longer in charge. I'm back on the job. Now, where are we? I'm going to adjust this a little bit. Sit back a little bit. Very tropical shirt today. It was just the next one on the rack. But, you know, made a rum drink. Let's put the cherry in there. Actually, I'm going to put the peel o citrus on there because, as my good friends in Casey and the Sunshine Band say, that's the way, I like it, little bit citrusy. And drop the twist right in. I guess this is not a traditional tropical drink at all. But yeah, it's got rum, it's got lime juice. A little bit of a tropical party going on. I just realized the banner's still running. Bruce Banner, built by gamma rays, turns into... I like this shirt, actually. I mean, there's very few... I like all the shirts. Some I like less than others. This would be in my high favorites, this one. Because there aren't that many of them that are particularly tropical themed. So when I get one that's tropical themed, I like that as a... Can't even remember if there's anything on the back of this. No, it's a plain black back. So I answered that before. Didn't do takeaway this week. Circumstances, one thing and another. So did not see the offspring this week. we'll catch up with them anon. Been sticking to the phone communications this week. Speaking of which, I better just reply to a message. You foods. Also, just for a laugh, I should show you. I tried to get the AI image generator to do a suitable image for a thumbnail. And I started off with a cartoon image because I just kind of like their cartoon images. A cartoon image of a large Australian man talking on a mobile phone in Beijing. Do you remember that famous photo of Dan Murphy? Freudian slip. Dan Andrews on the phone in China. So it's a cartoon image of a large Australian man talking on a mobile phone in Beijing. He has dark hair, large ears, and he's wearing thick black rimmed glasses. And if I share this, you can see it obviously took large to mean fat. And there's a lot of these weird stereotypical Japanese bits, like he's got like a sumo's top knot. That one kind of looks like a casual Dan Andrews. I was almost going to use this one. Funny little chunky man. I was almost going to use that one. And that, honestly, that one feels quite racist. I'm just throwing it out there. So I figured when I said large, it thought I meant fat. So I changed it to tall. I almost used this one, except he has weird elf ears. If they'd have been round, I probably would have used this one. And that one is kind of a funny caricature with the big ears. This one looked too young, and again has that sumo top knot. Also has a beard. That one's kind of fun, but doesn't remind me of Dan Andrews at all. And so then I had one more go. And that one's just gone absolutely Dali-esque. So I didn't want to use that. That one looks a bit crazed. Didn't remind me of Dan Andrews. That one looks racist again with the big teeth. That's the one I used. And then I did actually ask it to do a realistic one as well. And they were all too young. Again, they're doing this sort of sumo top knot. Too young again and too young again, with a beard and a top knot again. So I changed it a bit to say middle-aged man, clean shaven. And it never pays attention to you because there's a guy with a stubbly beard and the bloody top knot again. That looks like a generic like politician, not really Dan Andrews though. That's just like an Aussie bloke. And that doesn't look racist. It does look like an Asian guy though. So I went with that other cartoony one. I did see the thing that there was a 10% drop off in using ChatGPT, but who knows? I put young Ms. Angry onto my accountant because it's her first year of having a slightly complicated tax because she's been a private contractor. Yeah. Wow, the orange is really coming. There's only a little bit of the orange. I think it's reacting with the lime juice. It's only very orangey. I did actually connect to Threads today. Because thought no harm. So, I mean, it's all, I don't know. I'm just getting used to it. There's fewer people because it's just the people you're following on Instagram it connects to. I haven't really pushed it anywhere, but I don't know. Ooh, okay. So a bunch of people follow a bunch of people because I just want to. This is going to feel like the very early days of Twitter in that there's not much happening. You don't know. Oh, sorry, Thread. Thread is like a Twitter clone started by Facebook. Dr. Abigail, yes, it is Dan Andrews' birthday. I don't understand why you're asking. It's right there in the title. Oh, sorry, you're not understanding. I'm talking about the cookers when I say that just to upset weirdos, because if you say anything that appears to be vaguely positive towards Dan Andrews, all the whack jobs, the anti-vaxxers, the COVID deniers, and the Nazis all come out of the woodwork. Safa, there is no Instagram. It's Facebook. I refuse to say Meta. But yes, if you download Threads, it basically connects through your Instagram, I guess, assuming you have one, and it volunteers to, automatically connect you to everyone you're following on Instagram. So yeah, be interesting to see what happens because Facebook has more severe content moderation than Twitter has ever had. But I don't know. Elmo seems really determined to destroy Twitter. And I say that not he's being Machiavellian. I just mean he's stupid as fuck and self-centered and absorbed and yeah, stupid as fuck. I'm seeing even more people. There's this theory developed that Musk destroying Twitter was this Machiavellian plan because, of course, the oligarchs don't like this platform where ordinary people could occasionally influence discourse rather than the traditional media that, the filthy rich people have. And it's like, I'm sorry. If you think Musk had some master plan to destroy the freedom of the people, you're a paranoid, self-obsessed idiot. You sound like a Trump supporter. That's why Trump popped into my head then. I mean, honestly, saying that sounds like the stupid shit Trump supporters say. Kaiju, hello, you're fucking Twitter, but staying out of spite. I'm not giving up on it yet. Yeah. Kaiju, the simple point of rationality, I would point to anyone who thinks he's destroying it on purpose. It's like, do you really, really think it was worth $44 billion to him to destroy Twitter? It just, no, it just doesn't hold up to scrutiny on a number of levels. And on a very important level, Trump. So yeah, I keep saying Trump because I'm seeing Trump and Musk as so similar. But Musk is not a smart person. He is not someone to be taken seriously. He lies as a matter of course. He he's just a very unreasonable person. Like all these stories about him deciding he could just refuse to pay bills like rent, and the rumor is his Google Cloud hosting. If that story turns out to be true, that he's sort of dipped on his Google Cloud hosting costs, and there's the rumor that he owes them $1 billion. If he thinks Google won't chase him for $1 billion, he's sadly delusional. And on the surface of it, of course, they chase him because they win, because it's really straightforward that he owed them the money. But yes, the classic saying, Dr. Abel. Again, the 4D chess analogy, in reality, playing chess like a pigeon. Namely, gonna knock over everything on the board and shit all over everything, and then strut around as if he won. Hey, Lemonheads, how you doing? See, common thread with billionaires. Loveless man children, won by being born rich, owe a ton of money, want to be loved. Being loved for being a good person's hard, so they lean towards. Oh, Musk is the worst example of that. Like, I think he's worse than Trump, quite honestly, because Trump has the love of these mouth-breathing swamp dwellers and quite openly treats them with contempt. It seems to me and to others quite obvious Musk is desperate to be seen as a cool, funny guy, two things he is not. And so he's had the worst of the worst bigots simping to him. And so he plays up to that. He's so desperate for positive affirmation, he panders to some of the worst fucking people on the planet. And I mean, it's so cringy to watch him. Pandering to obviously unintelligent and awful, bigoted people just because they tell him how awesome he is. It's straight up embarrassing. It is really embarrassing to see in action. Trump doesn't do that. Trump doesn't have to do that because all these people are desperately throwing themselves at him. And Musk is so increasingly being seen as a frigging loser by the people who he wants to have think he's cool. And yeah, in desperation, he's just gone for weird, bigoted dorks because they simp and suck up to him. Lemonheads don't know about Musk, but you find serial killers fascinating. Yeah, no. Musk doesn't have the follow through to be a serial killer. He's just, oh my God, he's so awful. I can't wait till his brain implants start killing people. I shouldn't say that because it probably won't be the awful people who get them. I feel like it'd be very disadvantaged people because there'd be some sort of cash incentive for them to do it. But apparently, And at the research phase, the brain implants just killed all the monkeys that they tested them on. And he's got some sort of approval to do testing on humans. It's last I heard, it was a bit unclear what that approval actually meant. Starting the day with an orange tropical herby drink. Okay, so I was going to make something else. Okay, what are you doing to me, laptop? Wait, who died? That's a terrible picture. Coco Lee. Oh, she's Mandarin voice. Okay, that's why I haven't heard of her. She's a Chinese voice actor. I've got all these news headlines about people dying. I was going to look up this other cocktail I was going to make. You want a brain machine interface? Yeah, not one. No. There's no one with him. Lemonheads. Why is he so talked about? Because by a particular measure, he is the wealthiest person on the planet. I always stress when they talk about world's richest person. Well, a chunk of these people's wealth is imaginary. I mean, you get into the libertarian argument that all money is imaginary, but for when they have those rich lists, a very big chunk of their wealth is imaginary. I think it's almost always more than half of their wealth is tied up in stock, which of course could become worthless. And with someone like Elmo, I think is like 90% of his wealth is actually imaginary because it's in stock, and his stock is more tenuous than most. But people talk about him because richest man in the world, and also because he's just fucking up so much. Right. I was going to look at what was the name of the other one I was going to make? A Wicked Kiss. Actually, I don't think it's on there. Wicked Kiss cocktail. That's why I'm singing Wicked Game, because that's in my head. All right, so that's in a coupe. And that's a stirring one. Okay. Oh, Bing thinks that's witch themed because it's Wicked Kiss. All right, and then it's linked to one called Vampire's Kiss and one called Wicked Witch, French Kiss. All right. Oh, and today is International Kissing Day. There you go. Hey, Heine. What a wicked game to play. Could have played that up, a Wicked Kiss. That's actually a complete coincidence. Well, because it's not going on my channel for a while, several days at the very least. No, I could have. Oh, man. Now I'm beating myself up. I didn't do the Wicked Kiss on. Search again. See if there's another site that has it. Jewellery, strain into coupe. All right. And one more just for fun. I think this is no garnish. All right. No garnish it is. I'm not sure what that's in reference today. Oh yes, kissing as in not the day for the bunch of pathetic old has-beens who were kind of good in the 70s and these days are pathetic fucking loser old men who desperately want to be relevant and they really aren't. Okay, und so I am going to make the Wicked Kiss cocktail. Okay. Biting, it's like kissing, but there's a winner. Gosh. Okay. All right. Now, I suppose I've got to put chicken in charge again while I do this. Oh, got to start. I'm going to move a few things about. Let's put a chicken in charge. That'll do. Wait, what? Maybe, was it that? There you go. Chicken in charge, living large. Okay. Let's get a couple of things happening around here. Okay, so that's going there for now. And that's going there for now. Right, now I've got to put... This one has yellow chartreuse. Swap the green chartreuse for yellow chartreuse. These two go back in. Put the bottles with the sex hats. Okay. Where'd I put the phone? I knew I'd heard it somewhere, actually. Sorry, that episode is so funny when the doctor's trying to explain to Amy that the TARDIS is now this woman. And Amy goes, "What? How did that happen? Did you wish really, really hard?" See, Rays, it's all it takes is determination. All right. What a wicked kiss. Rye whiskey. Apple brandy. Benedictine. I thought there was something else I had to get out of the cupboard. Put the whiskey down there. Get the apple brandy. Har. Calvados. Maybe my newest rye whiskey. Possibly my favorite rye whiskey. It's quite good. Chartreuse. Benedictine is hiding in here. Is it Benedictine? Oh yeah, okay, Benedictine. Montenegro is not the one I want. Wait, where's the Benedictine? God damn it. Oh, God damn it. Wait, that's the Benedictine. That took a while, but in my defense, there are more than a few bottles in there. Dash of bitters. What bitters will we do? Let's just do Angostura. Can't be bothered being fussy. Okay. Und so. I got everything together. Yeah, Lemonheads. Well, there's no sense to bigotry, man. It's bigotry. Hey, Greg, how are you, by the way? Right. Put that there. Cast a bit more light on it. There we go. There we go. All right, that's about right. What the heck is that? Something weird on my glass. All right. Okay. All right. Just about ready to go. Let's get everything ready. Bitters is ready. I'm ready to empty one of these barrels too. Don't know that I'll do it on a stream though. Do it during the day tomorrow maybe. Right, so I want my 1/4 ounce measure as well. So starting with the rye whiskey. No, wait, like that. Und what are we doing 1/4 of? Yellow chartreuse. All right, I've got a couple of things ready. Ready to go. Okay, so we got rye whiskey. Apple brandy. Yellow chartreuse. Benedictine. And bitters. Okay, so that's enough of that. So I'm going to have a bit more ice in this one. And we're going to do this in a coupe. Right, ready to go again. Oh, why does my gut feel so funny? It's tasting pretty good, pretty good. What did I just do with my light? Blinded by the light. Straight in. Shut the gate, the horse is bolted. That's bit lean, honestly. Alright. So, little camera finished for the night. You can go to sleep, little guy. Not speak to kids about anything sexual related to this. Here's the thing. There's what we call age relevant education. Telling kids that, you know, not all grown-up relationships are a man and a woman, so long as people are good and honest and loving. It doesn't matter if they don't match this idea of man and woman. Like the ridiculous bullshit pushed by these right-wing fuckheads. But, oh, you can't tell the kids. It's like, well, you know queer people exist, right? You know kids are literally going to see them because they exist. And that's when the fucking, they say the quiet bit out loud, where what they actually want is for queer people to not exist. That's what's really going on. Kids don't need details of bits going into bits. But pretending things don't exist is not good or helpful for kids. G'day, cocktail lovers. One of the most legendary bartenders of cocktail renaissance is Phil Ward, most famous for his work. Fuck. G'day, cocktail lovers. One of the most legendary G'day, cocktail lovers. One of the most legendary bartenders of the cocktail renaissance is Phil Ward, most famous for his work at Death & Co. This is one of his creations. It's like a kind of herbal cousin to a Manhattan. It's got both rye whiskey and apple brandy in it, and giving it a taste. They go together well, and there's this subtle herbal undertone. This is how you make it. In a mixing glass, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of rye whiskey. Add to that 1 ounce or 30 mils of yellow chartreuse. And then we're going to put 1/4 ounce, about 7.5 mils of yellow chartreuse, and the same amount, 1/4 ounce, 7.5 mils of Benedictine. Then we're just going to finish it with 1 dash of Angostura bitters. We add ice to the glass and stir it for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain it into a chilled coupe. A nice, slightly herbal, boozy sipper, sort of thing I really love. Maybe you will too. Cheers. All right, not making any more videos now. I'm going to switch some things off. All righty. Goes there, it goes off, and I'm I'm just going to sit down. Hey, Kath, that's Kathy. Sorry, you're on Facebook. That's the chicken who I leave in charge when I'm doing other things. Raze, I don't want to say anything negative, but no, that is, you talk to any child development expert and trying to pretend to children. And again, there is no universal thing for children. Children are different, families are different, all those sorts of things. But the idea that children don't need to understand what's around them, that's actually dangerous. For all that ridiculous shit these right-wing cockheads are going on about, when they go, oh, the groomers, the whole thing of kids not having age-appropriate sex education actually leaves them vulnerable, leaves them incredibly vulnerable to predators. So pretending things don't exist is actually an act of harm to children. And like I said, you're not going to go to a 5-year-old and go, people do this and stick this into that and do this with it. But at the simplest level, if a child is the child of cishet parents and they see a queer couple together and the kid goes, oh, that's not like mummy and daddy. What's going on there? The idea of pretending that doesn't exist, and you shouldn't just, like you said, you don't have to talk about sex. It's just about people who are together, people who want to be together, people who are in love. Just, it's a simple fact of, well, they love each other like mummy and daddy love each other. People are different. It doesn't actually have to be sexual. It's just a simple factual observation that not everyone's the same. You purely and simply can't pretend things that exist don't exist, because if you don't give your kids good information, you're running an extremely high risk of them getting bad information. Sorry, Lemonheads. You tried to learn about sex, but you got told homosexuality was a phase. Some phases, dude. Maybe it's an epoch more than a phase. It's a whole thing. Raise, if they ask, yeah, okay, Raise, that's legit solid what you're saying there. The trans aunt, you go, well, Uncle, that's now Aunt Jupiter. Again, that's what I'm saying. You don't need to talk to kids about sex as such, but simply telling the kids the truth when something's in front of them and they go, well, what's all that about? You just tell them. And like I said, it doesn't have to be about sex. It doesn't have to be about genitals. You just go like, people are different. Oh, gosh, that's right. I remember Arthur always seemed so innocent, but because it occasionally dealt with social issues, like Arthur had a gay uncle, didn't he? Man, some people are just weird and uptight. Also, don't tell me Bert and Ernie aren't a couple, for God's sake. I mean, they sleep in separate beds. I don't know what that's about, but... Sorry, I just remember this joke. It's a very old joke. Like, God, it might have been Dave Allen or something. But anyways, like a kid, like young kid, 8 years old, comes up to Dad and goes, Dad, where did I come from? And Dad goes, Phew. Okay, he's a bit younger than I thought he'd be when he asked this question. but it's clearly important. I need to be straight. You know, I need to not do anything fancy. Just need to tell him the basics so he understands about, you know, sex, pregnancy, babies, and all that stuff. And so dad just doesn't sort of, you know, go into a lot of penis and vagina, but explains to the kids about how the parents join together and the baby comes out, and you know, and that's where you came from. And the kid's silent for a couple of seconds. Then goes, I meant, did I come from Sydney or from Melbourne? Sorry, I just laughed at my own joke. It's not my joke, it's someone else's joke. That's why I'm laughing, because it was a funny joke someone else told. So, Rubber Game Fan, final episode. Francis and Muffy are a lesbian couple. Feels like a massive middle finger. Yeah, go out on a high point. Oh dear. It's a whole thing. And sorry, talking about kids, remind me, and again, bigots will generally say very stupid things. And I saw one of them doing the little clip from the classic Arnie film, Kindergarten Cop. That is one of his best films. I friggin' love his stuff is, I like his action stuff. It's better when he's being comedic. I mean, there's action in Kindergarten Cop. I reckon his two best from his peak are True Lies and Kindergarten Cop. I'll raise, it's like you get people like Fred Phillips, but again, those really extreme homophobes. Basically, all my gay friends are like, man, they seem to be thinking about gay fucking more than I do, you know. And I'm pretty horny. It's a fixation, and I'm not sure it's a healthy one. But anyway, where's the game? Bigots posting the little boy from Kindergarten Cop when Arnie's trying to deal with the kindergartners, and one little boy, and I'm guessing his parents are doctors or something, and they're just telling him stuff, and he stands up and with no prompting goes, "Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina," and Arnie's just, "Thanks for the tip." And so this idiot bigot posting that and saying like, "Oh, even 5-year-olds know what's right." I'm like, okay, buddy, if you are basing your truths on a 5-year-old's understanding of the world, you are going to come up short in a lot of areas, not just in questions of gender and sexuality. I'm just saying holding up a 5-year-old as the paragon of knowledge is not great. Oh, okay. Dr. Abigail knows the Kindergarten Cop lore. That kid's dad was a gynecologist. Nice. Anyway, speaking of everything being gay all the time, on last night with Mrs. Angry, watched a movie called Bros. It's a gay rom-com. And it was funny. It's very cute. It's very cute. There's a bunch. Well, it's not like graphic gay sex, but there's a lot of not leaving an enormous amount to the imagination gay sex in it, which I kind of think was a joke for the filmmakers about, okay, well, let's see these soft progressive cishets get uncomfortable when this sex scene just keeps going and going. How long can they stay cool with it? The lead is Billy Eichner. He's famous for comedy where he's basically doing on the street interviews, but he's in Times Square and he's just running up to people and shouting something at them with a microphone, asking them questions and trying to get them to do stuff. It's called Billy on the Street, those little bits. But he's 40 now, and he's playing a character who's never had a serious relationship. It's good. It's a genuinely good movie. It's a nice, cute rom-com with, obviously, it's just all gay stuff all the time. So that's okay. So there was one school holiday we were young. Only movies you had to entertain yourself. You and your brother watch it so many times. Oh, I mean, but that's a school holiday well spent. Kindergarten Cop is a really good movie. It's possibly a high point for it when Arnie's trying to find a particular kid, and he he thinks he's found the right kid, but then he realizes what's happening with the kid is he's being abused at home. And he just grabs the kid's dad at one point and goes, "You touch him again, I'll touch him." Poof. AI needs to generate Top Gun shirtless scene being watched by the village people. Look, I don't know that you can make the Top Gun shirtless scenes gayer than they were. The beach volleyball in the original and the beach football in the sequel, I'm not sure they knew what they were doing in the original, but they absolutely knew what they were doing in the sequel. And more power to them. Yes, okay, yes, because George Michael actually got arrested, toilet trading, as the British call it. His best friend's mother said to him on getting caught, "You're not the first, you're not the last, you're just the biggest." He said, "I like that." He even did that show with Ricky Gervais, Extras, where he just did the whole jokey thing about it. He owned it. It was fine. Yeah, exactly, Kathy. If parents or the people raising kids, if they can't be honest, and that is the danger thing. Like again, you've got these weird freako bigots that don't make any sense, and they've got that obsessive thing where they call everyone they disagree with a groomer. But it's just like, dude, talk to people who work in child safety and child development. Kids who don't have information are vulnerable to the actual groomers. They turn to, at best, unreliable sources. At worst, they're going to be exposed to malicious sources. People who are going to exploit their ignorance. It's really dangerous. I think Abigail was being sarcastic or lighthearted about kids learning from porn, even pre-internet. But honestly, pre-internet, learning about sex from porn wasn't that bad, or at least I learned most of what I learned about sex as a teenager. I learned through my brother-in-law's Penthouse magazines, 70s, early 80s Penthouse, which is extremely different to learning about it from the internet these days. But oh my god, the letters section in Penthouse in the 70s, there are probably archives on it online. If you want to see just how out there the I suppose they were younger boomers, because the older boomers, their time was the 60s. The younger boomers, their time was the 70s. And particularly late 70s, everything got super cocaine fueled. Like there were ads for cocaine products in the magazines. And hot damn, if you want an insight into some fucking weirdness from the 70s, there are probably archives of 70s Penthouse magazines online, and the letters section was really? Tissues and lube. I mean, I don't know. You just be gentle with yourself, and you don't need, sorry, we're not going to talk about my teenage masturbation habits any more than that anyway. These people seem to forget grooming's more caught now. Oh yeah. But the thing is, yeah, I mean, you know this, man. Those people doing the grooming, they are at best ignorant, but they are more commonly and more deliberately, maliciously lying when they say, "Oh, sorry, Kath." Okay, for those who don't know, Kath and I went to school together at a Catholic school. Okay, it was forbidden. I remember about when the story was about when we were in year 7 or 8, because there were nuns. There were nuns at our school, and one of the nuns, like the library, I think had some teen mags. I don't think they had like Cosmo and Cleo, but I think they had Dolly, and Dolly would occasionally be very forthright and factual about teenage girls' bodies and sex and sexuality. And one of the nuns had a look at one of the magazines and was like, "Oh, this filth! It has to go." And that happened when we were in about year 7 or 8. The Dolly magazines were banned from the library. That's kind of after party talk, I guess. Yeah. So, I mean, it's talking to a 17-year-old coworker, smart kid, good fun. But he sat next to me at the bar, made a joke, made him less of a friend to me. Oh no, they are no, absolutely not. It's like they are fuck. Hellion, hello, Kirsten. Was Lisa Wilkinson on Dolly? I have no idea. Sorry, bought a Nintendo Switch on an 80i. Oh, there's good stuff, man. Mrs. Angry's been playing Zelda Tears of the Kingdom non-stop for like 4 weeks now. She's into it. When she finishes, I might get a chance to play. Yeah, no, Switch has some great games actually. We've got the Yakuza games on the Twitch. Is that on Twitch or on the PlayStation? I don't know. I have not been gaming much lately. Yes, the impulse of laying out $500 for the Switch. I can imagine some post purchase come down. Ooh. I spent about that much on booze in the last month. I just went absolutely feral with this tax money I got back. Well, it was still only 10% of the tax money, but yeah, oof. And just when I thought, okay, I'm done, then fucking Nick's Wine Bar advertises some whiskeys at really good prices, some Scotch and Japanese whiskey, and I thought, fuck it, and bought even more. And honestly, if I check my mail, I'm sure they just sent me another one with rum super buys. Ron Zapaka, 23-year-old, 750ml for $99. Eldorado, 15 years, 99. Puss's Navy rum, 15-year-old Navy. Oh, those are genuinely good prices. The Eldorado, which I actually made a drink with tonight. And I got it last time they had it on special at Nick's. Yep, no, I'm not doing it. I need to not buy more. Kath. Oh God, it's kind of like, okay, true story. My dad thought I was. She's probably not the only one who thought I was gay as a teenager. Actually, it's because I didn't play sport, and I had like no interest in drinking beer, and I never had a girlfriend. And okay, the absolutely non-gay reasons for that is I'm awkward and bad at sport. Beer is horrible, and Catholic guilt. I never had a girlfriend at school because the Catholic guilt thing worked too fucking well. And so Kath, it worked on you too. I didn't have a girlfriend until I was at college. Once I got a little bit of distance between me and Dubbo. And but it's like, yeah, like my dad thinks I'm gay because I never had a girlfriend. It's like, you're the one who put me through all the Catholic shame, dude. And it's just like, it just worked too well. And also just hella awkward. It was a fucking dork, quite honestly. And oof. Sorry, was this another ADHD moment, Rays? Or your cousin found last minute flights, got the hotel, paid for flights and booze, and woke up in Bali. Yeah, uh, the mania phase. You can do anything. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess when those things happen, you just got to lean into it. Like, well, it happened. Okay. It might have been better if it didn't happen, but it happened. We don't have time travel. So just we're going to lean into it. Oh, that's because you didn't go to Catholic school, Dr. Abigail. You are taught that the body is shameful. Your impulses are shameful. Uh, you do not ever do anything intimate or sexual before marriage. It gets drummed into you. Oh, God. Raise Sambuca, Uzo. I saw your correction. Uzo and Buckfast. No, that's God trying to tell you something there. Like, don't do Sambuca, Uzo, and Buckfast. My God. Okay, most people probably know Sambuca and Uzo. Buckfast is what's it? It's a malt wine from Scotland. So, Kirsten, you just have generic Christian guild. I have very specifically Catholic guild. Oh. God sent you to. I think it was meant to be a message from the cosmos that, buddy, rethink your life choices. I don't know. Like I said, it happened. I hope you had a good time in Bali. That's right. Caffeine. That's what Buckfast is. Yes. But it's like a strong wine with caffeine in it. Yes. They're killing red rum. I don't. I only know that as a reference in The Shining. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I think it is a malt wine. I think Buckfast. It's a thing monks made for some reason. Monks made a malt wine and added caffeine to it. It's a terrible idea. Actually, yeah, we're on the internet. Let's get a good definition of Buckfast. Buckfast tonic wine. Caffeinated alcoholic drink consisting of pure caffeine added to fortified wine, originally made by the monks at Buckfast Abbey in Devon, England. Now made under a license granted by the monastery. Despite being marketed as tonic, Buckfast has become notorious in some parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland for its association with Ned culture and antisocial behaviour. High retail sales are recording in Lurgan, as well as throughout central lowlands, including Glasgow, surrounded area of East Kilbride, Hamilton, Blantyre, South Lancashire, Cumberslung, Airdrie, and Coatbridge. So it's a fortified wine with caffeine, which is a bad idea. So red rum is a diabetic rum. I'm not familiar with it. But you know what talking about booze reminded me of? The big news story, if you're into the Australian booze scene, the Four Pillars distillery being sold off to one of the big international conglomerates who apparently already owned half of the distillery, and the founders agreed to sell the other half, and apparently for $50 million. So go those boys, the three founders. I don't know, there may be other investors and whatnot. I don't know how much it's spread, but it sounds like after they started the distillery about 10 years ago. Kath, you going, good night. Yeah, it sounds like after starting it 10 years ago, they will be pocketing several millions of dollars, if not tens of millions of dollars. And good Fergan luck to them, I say. Yes, so Lion owned 50% of it since 2019. And they must have spent the intervening, because Four Pillars has just been going from strength to strength in those 4 years. And they must have spent, I think, some considerable time negotiating a complete sale to Lion. But those three lads, and I don't know who else, have been making out big time, and more friggin' power to them. I mean, it's not, Ryan Reynolds making $600 million from the aviation sale, but pretty darn good for three lads who started something in a shed 10 years ago. Winning, I say. So that was, I call that a good news story, actually. Some little Aussie battlers making out big time. What's his race? A tongue-in-cheek VB released towards England over the cricket, posting an English an England's bitter. I've seen variations of that over the years. Oh yeah, no, literally. Kirsten might correct me on this, but I think they started with a sort of custom-made still 10 or 11 years ago, and they just grew into this big operation. Oh God, Mr. Black, I think, made more. Oh, he started being silly. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Mr. Black maybe made more in a much shorter time than Four Pillars. I forgot about Mr. Black. They're like taking on the world. Whew, that's a whole thing. I'm going to move a couple things around here. Got a little glass here that just throws it. Now it's mostly water, so I'll have some water. Oh. Well known around Sydney, the Mr. Black found as being silly. I guess it's a bit of a challenge when someone suddenly comes into money to not be silly about it. Because by jings, I've heard some very... Oh, bought a $50,000 bottle of wine and left half of it behind. Okay, just go into town. Well, I mean, I have said, if I won lotto, I would definitely buy stupidly expensive bottles of whiskey and then make a YouTube video where I opened them and made cocktails with them just to fuck with the whiskey wankers. Childish, extremely childish, but I'd fucking do it. You ate blue clouds staring at you. You mean those little lollies that color your tongue blue if you eat them? Unless that's some street talk that I'm too old and unhip to understand. Blue clouds to me are a particular sort of confectionery. Oh, yum. That is so nice. In other words, I'd say that's too sweet, but it's just right for me. Oh, that's interesting, Lemonheads. A lot of fake expensive alcohol being sold in auctions. I'd know some, I guess, trustworthy sources to buy it from. But yeah, a lot of art is scams as well. Raise, if you won the lotto, you'd buy a spot at the most expensive marine you can. Put a rusty tinny there. Go there every day with your indigenous mates to drink. Nice. Watch the shit show start. Ah, Sour Grapes. Good doco about fake wine. Nice. Yeah. It would definitely always be a risk. Like even going through reputable, because the biggest auction houses in the world have fucking sold fakes. It comes out all the time. So, never be sure. Also, there are entire industries that exist for no reason apart from giving rich people something to waste their money on, like $30,000 watches, $3 million cars, $100 million yachts, just stupid shit. That was also a fun thing. Send dick glitter bombs to every major billionaire in the world. Just a dick glitter bomb. No letter, just a dick glitter bomb. The Gist podcast did an episode on the wine scam. Nice. Dang. Oh, now I feel sad that rich people are being ripped off. Really? I feel sad about it. So rampant. People with gigantic amounts in their collection, like the Koch brothers, don't want to. Oh yeah, no, but no, and that's a classic thing for people who have been scammed, not wanting to actually know for sure, because then they have to admit they got scammed. Send more of them to see the Titanic. Well, someone's talking about space tourism. You can just see that happening, them fucking dying up in orbit. It's like it's almost like, what would be funniest? Billionaires doing space tourism. If something went wrong when they were out of atmosphere, so they suffocated, or something went wrong on the way in, so they burnt up or smashed into the ground. There again, once they get into space tourism, so much scope for something to go terribly wrong. Now, to be fair, I don't think anyone proposing the space tourism is as much of a friggin' cowboy as that idiot who had the submersible who thought safety was for losers. I don't think people do stuff up into orbit without being really rigorous about the safety aspect. I'm prepared to be proven wrong, but I just feel like the space tourism thing is going to have a higher level of safety than that idiot with the Titanic submersible. It's just like a never-ending chain of stories of him not taking safety seriously. It's extremely weird. The whole thing is extremely weird. Oh, gosh. Man, I want to make another one of those. That's really yummy. My clarified pina colada. But I'm going to have some water. So, Job, we go rating the deaths. You die slower burning up and re-entry than if you're blown out an airlock. But a slow leak in a space hotel would be slow death. Yeah, I mean, what would be ideal is if there was a leak in their ship and they couldn't re-enter, but we found out that they were slowly running out of air up there in space. Maybe they were just going to stay in orbit as a bit of space junk forever. Who knows? anything could happen. But yes, I mean So we were saying about Lance Bass going into space. I mean, there's been a bunch of people who did like low Earth orbits, or whatever the correct term is, going up to the edge of the atmosphere. Yum, man, I love these soda waters. Sorry, it's actually a really good change. These flavored soda waters. I have no idea how long Cappy's going to stay in business. They're selling everything at huge discounts. Makes me think they're going out of business, but I don't know. Morrissey turned into such a piece of shit. It's always weird to me when people who at a certain point are like champions of the underdogs and downtrodden, and years go by and they just turn into absolute pieces of shit. Right, so you're saying Lance Bass was determined to go to space, it never went through. Poor Lance. Let me, you remind me about Morrissey. Okay, I used to read this. It was a kid's comic, but it was very funny. It was British, and it was called Oink. And the lore of the comic is it was published by pigs. The publisher was Uncle Pig, and there were all these some extremely weird comic strips in it, and there were several where butchers were psychopathic killers. Butchers were the ultimate bad guy in these stories. So it was basically a bunch of vegan propaganda. Just hilarious. And a lot of extremely weird, absurdist humor in it, which I really appreciated. And there was one character called Weedy Willie. And he was just kind of very pathetic and always losing, and life was terrible. And he was always unhappy because everything was working against him. And there was one strip where he's just bemoaning his life and saying things like, please, please, please let me get what I want. God knows it'd be the first time. And I was looking for a job, and then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. And so he's basically saying Smith's lyrics, but then it was like there'd been a shadowy figure following him for the whole page of this strip. And the last one, he turns around, who are you? Why are you following me? And it's Morrissey with a notebook and pen just going, oh, don't mind me. I'm just listening. Just carry on. So it's where Morrissey got all these depressing lyrics from this terminally depressed comic character. So, Rays, a topic you've never heard you speak on. You're a personal believer due to experience the paranormal. And I cannot speak to any experience you've had in your life. My personal belief, absolutely not real. And my basis for saying this is the almost complete surveillance state we have globally. There would be concrete, repeated, solid video evidence of paranormal activity if such a thing happens. And like I said, I'm absolutely not speaking to any of your personal experiences, but you asked. So there are no aliens. There is, okay, am I getting some South American followers? Central American, maybe? From Twitch, Pepperino? I think that's rude. I'm going to put it into Google Translate. That is, yeah, hola papi. That seems friendly. I'll be papi. Oh, I think I looked up, accidentally just found out it's also Frida Kahlo's birthday. All right, translate. Detect language and put it into English. Okay, what was that? Saying hello, mummy, as well. Okay. Look, that's me. Ghosts, the paranormal, aliens, the Loch Ness monster, Bigfoot, none of it's real because I personally believe because of blanket surveillance coverage, we'd have really irrefutable evidence. I'm prepared to be proved wrong any day. But yeah, it's the whole thing. Okay, so now Viaggio. Udito. Udito. Wait. Viaggio. Sorry. The translation's even better than I thought. Oh my gosh. That translates as old whore. Oh my god, I feel seen. Yeah, we have HD cameras in our pockets. Yeah, and that's my personal belief. Why is that dude? Does Twitch not have a filter? So sorry. I'm wondering if that person thought it would upset me. I just think it's hilarious. Oh my god. I don't know where they came from. Yeah, Bumfunk is a Mexican raid, maybe. But it's just one guy. No, my friend, no habla español. I did just put it into Google Translate. So I know you called me an old whore. So that's fun. That is sorry. It's just weird when someone does something like that. I wonder if they think I'm going to yeah. Now I honestly kind of think that's saying your mama's a raid. Or I'm raiding your mama. I just wonder if they think that was going to upset me. I just think it's hilarious. Oh, good lord. Fun fact from Safa. Yes. Okay. Pepper Grillo loves dicks. Good for you, bro. Or sister. I don't know. Oh my gosh, another one. Now I need to put that into. Hey Liam, fine. I am dealing with people on Twitch who think they're insulting me, but I just kind of find it fun that someone's insulting me in Spanish. Let me see what that is. Muestra el pene. Muestra el pene. Show the penis. It's literally so show the penis. Motherfuckers, you're faster at it than me. Oh, this is really good. That's fun. Muestra et culo. I mean, honestly, Spanish-speaking trolls, pretty funny. Honestly, it is definitely providing me with entertainment. Tell him, tu hermano duerme con animales de granja. I bet my accent was really bad there. I think, do people on Twitch see when I put, they must do. I'm just going to double check. People on Twitch see when I put something on screen. Let me do that. Does that come up on Twitch? There's like this. Oh, yeah, it does. There's a huge delay. Okay. I see puto. That's an easy one. I know that. Sorry, just getting sexual slurs in Spanish. Some unintended alliteration there. I kind of guessed that was the ballpark that we were in. So, all right. Now I'm just compelled to do the occasional. That's about music. Pone musica. Music. Peruana. In Peruvian music. Okay. Trivia. My accountant's Peruvian. Mizem, how you doing? Oh, you're on Twitch. There's weirdness with Spanish speakers on Twitch tonight. Apparently wanting me to present my penis and also playing Peruvian music. So, that's all good. It's all good. Lemonhead's taking over the world. Enjoy the day of taking over the world. Honestly, my reaction to Peruvian music. I think. Are you asking me what I think about it? Busy during Eid. That's okay. I imagine that's very big with family and whatnot. So that's cool. Yeah, okay. I'm not. No, not even in the after party, honestly. Yes, Safa. I don't know if Twitch just doesn't have Spanish language. I could block them on Twitch, I guess, but I was just finding it really humorous. I kind of thought Twitch had filters and whatnot, but maybe not for Spanish language. Who knows? Who knows? I think they just get bored because I'm not upset by anything they're saying. It's just kind of funny to be trolled in Spanish. Yeah, I'm sure at least one of the platforms would have a problem with me whipping it out. There you go. Miss wants to know how you are, Safa. That was an unexpected twist tonight. The small scale Spanish speaking Twitch raid. Sorry. Is this like dating advice, bum fungus? When in doubt, whip it out. Well, in all honesty, I've heard worse dating advice. So, but that was from AIDSy, so that doesn't count. It's not that far off bedtime. I did actually have a couple of drinky drinks earlier. I'm just literally finishing the night with some sody water. Being responsible, even though I've got a super quiet day at work tomorrow. No meetings, no presentations, just doing fucking paper work, really. So I don't know, they've quietened down a bit. Like I said, I think they were kind of upset I wasn't upset by what they did. I don't know. Bum fungus has never led me astray yet, right? So Next martini video. I did a whole week of martini videos. I like to keep up the variety. In fact, actually, what's going live tomorrow. Doing one that's technically a martini variation. Which channel's that? That's Angry Aussie. That's not going to tell me anything. Which one is this? So, what's going live tomorrow? Yeah, okay, I thought so. The one that's going live tomorrow is a short that's basically like a sweet variation on a martini. So it's kind of a martini. It's just a sweet one. So technically, I guess, because it's gin, but instead of just gin and dry vermouth, it's gin and sweet vermouth and dry vermouth and maraschino and italicus. So it's a somewhat complicated sweet martini. It's pretty good, actually. It's called a Chorus Girl, if I remember rightly. Yes, it's called a Chorus Girl. And it's actually a pretty good drink. Probably like a martini for people who think they don't like martinis. Ease them into martini world. Because that's how I used to make it for Mrs. Angry. I used to make, and in some venues when we went out, she'd get a martini but made with sweet vermouth. But these days, when we go out, she'll get a dirty martini. Actually, what we like to do is order one dirty martini and one dry martini, and then we swap sips between them. I bet you love a Chorus Girl, Dr. Abigail. Yeah, okay. You need a cocktail named after me. Okay, dude, you have to tell me like a profile, the sort of flavors you like. Is there a particular cocktail? I'll do a custom cocktail for you tomorrow night, party night. I'm up for it. I'll develop a custom cocktail for you. How many drinkies tomorrow night? Well, how long's a piece of string? We don't know. Be pretty good. Oof, you've got a lot of work to do tomorrow. 8 Fridays. I mean, technically, I have a lot of work. I've got it's digital paperwork. I can put results of all the shit I've been doing for weeks that I've been putting off doing, and I probably need to do it. So I don't have any meetings or sessions tomorrow. So I'll probably spend tomorrow doing digital paperwork. Push with cocktail named after the Raisin campaign. Okay, yeah. Well, dude, think it up. You've got to tell me. Come up with a custom cocktail. You got to tell me. I don't know if you have a favorite cocktail now, but or even just the flavor profiles, the types of booze, or the types of flavor, or the types of cocktail. Nice. Greg's ready for party night. I mean, I'm up for party night tomorrow night. We'll see. I'm like actually way ahead on videos, so I don't have to shoot a lot of videos, which means, just fun drinking booze. I think it's an old fashioned that's been in the barrel for a month. Yeah, okay. Yeah, stuck at home tomorrow night. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go over here. This will do. Actually, no, I'm going to do it on the ice. So there's an old-fashioned and a liqueur. Now, I was going to leave them both for a month. And I think it's the old-fashioned that's up. 6 of the 6. Gosh, I think a bit of it's evaporated. And that's the 17th of the 6th. So that's still got more than a week to go. But I'll probably decant it tomorrow. But I might have a little teaser taste now. I'm pretty sure this is an old-fashioned. Oh, just a big bottle of ready-made old-fashioned. Just chill it a little bit. Now let me taste this. Fuck yeah. Oh, that fucking kicks ass. Oh man, that's good. Ooh, there's a little smoky thing coming in too. Oh, that's fucking class. So, Ray's Irish whiskey, fruit and sweet stuff, stir shit constantly, joy soda. Yeah. Oh, a highball. I could come up with a highball for you. All right. Irish whiskey, a fruit liqueur, and a highball. All right. I'm going to spend time thinking about that. And I'll probably actually cheat and look up some stuff that already exists. but I'll come up with a highball for you. That's very French, Safa. Buying cheese for the Tour de France. And I did see that thing about an Aussie having the yellow jersey. Yeah, also they're very weird about. Oh, they're less weird than they used to be, but because I heard weird stories historically about the Tour de France. All right, I'm going to decant that barrel aged old fashioned tomorrow. Oh fuck me, that's actually really good. Now I have to put something in the barrels. I have some vodka that had sat in the barrels for a couple months. Might just put it in. Like being high when you were younger. That's fair. Oh yeah, that's right, Safi. Yeah, they have to go through the Pyrenees. Pretty punishing bike ride, the old Tour de France. Also, classic Kraftwerk electronic music song, Tour de France, from the 70s or early 80s. But, all right, so among other things, Rays, we're going to come up with a custom, because you like soda, it's going to be a highball. All right. If you send it on the Discord, a Reddit post about Australian customs, we'll see. Maybe talk about it tomorrow night. Ooh. What were you doing out in the Yarra Valley? I mean, honestly, because we were talking about Four Pillars Distillery, which is out in the Yarra Valley. This is a really good excuse to go to the Yarra Valley, because their venue is really fucking cool. We also found when I went there, it was a while ago now, went there with Mrs. Angry. We found a really small distillery, and they also did wines and vermouths as well. They were pretty cool. And on the way back, just next to Puffing Billy, as a rum distillery, the Killick Distillery. We got to go back there. That place was cool. Oh, nice. It was work. Okay, so you went to the Yarra Valley, validate new accounts, and found a new burger bar. Nice. Nice. I probably haven't had a burger. Oh no, I had one. I had a chicken burger a couple of weeks ago for takeaway night with the Offspring. When I went over for takeaway night, I wanted a thing from a chicken place, and this place did burgers, and I got a chicken burger. But beef burger, I don't think I've had a beef burger for a while. There are several very good quality. Oh, okay, I get it. It was a new account. You got an email, and it was a burger bar in the Yarra Valley. I'm getting there. I'm getting to where you're at. All right. But yeah, having a weekend in Healesville, good deal. I think like when most people go to Healesville, they're either going for wineries or to go to the animal sanctuary. We went Four Pillars. So we managed to find, besides Four Pillars, a small boutique distillery winery, which was quite nice. There's one really good cocktail bar in Healesville. The pub, they have a couple pubs that are nice pubby pubs, but there was a pretty good cocktail bar there. But the Four Pillars venue that they spent heaps on was cool. Oh yeah, Burger Talk's always welcome, Greg. Branded Burger and Bar. There you go. Oh, Mizem, you put the okay. Let me. I don't even have the Discord open actually. Let me get the Discord happening. Yep. Okay. That is actually what I was up for. Okay. So I'm Ms. M Creations, for anyone who doesn't know, commissioned them to do some like icons and artwork for the online stuff. And this is, yeah, no, I do actually prefer that one. That's just nice work. And yeah, I love how you made my hair and beard look neater than it is in real life. But yeah, this is the one. This is the one. You that fucking rocks, actually. Okay, yeah. And if you do it banner style for YouTube, that would be awesome. No, that is really well done. I really like that. Yeah, I love that, Greg. There is a bit of a GTA Vice City vibe going on there. Yeah. No, I really like it. Nice. Nice. Great work, Ms. M Creations. You are a legend. I'm glad you stumbled across me and offered services. Neat. See, and this is the thing. Like on the stream, we play with the AI image generator, and that's what I think they should be used for just playing with and whatnot. But yeah, actually getting someone who has actual artistic skills and commissioning them, that's what it's all about. So you're getting a lot of thumbs up here, Ms. M Creations. So not even sure how you pronounce it. Ms. M. I keep saying Ms. M, but I'm not sure how you pronounce it or how you intend it to be said. MZM, MZM, which any of these things. It's a mystery. It's all possible. So yeah, so cool. All right, me being good, drinking water before bed. That's a good thing. And oh, okay. So I just realized the Spanish-speaking trolls disappeared. They must have got disappointed that I just found them funny rather than being upset. Because honestly, few things have made me laugh more than what's that phrase in a foreign language mean? Putting it into Google Translate and having it come up as old whore. That was just funny. Safa, I'm lightly alcohol-mated, inebriated. Just probably not even half Tim Smith, honestly, but just buzzed, as they say, which is nice. It's a nice state to be in. So I'm gonna just go to sleep and comfortable knowing I'm not going to wake up with an upset tummy or a headache, much less a hangover. Just pleasant. It's just pleasant. And honestly, they were pretty good drinks tonight. Never made them before, and they were pretty good. So I've got to think of what I'm going to do tomorrow night. Make a couple of these. Going to do a fruity Irish whiskey highball for Ray's. I'm going to spend a bit of time thinking about exactly what to put with that. In fact, look, I could even... What are we doing here? Get rid of that. Just going to do that. Wait, what was that? Should I just open the search thing on Bing? It pops up random news stories, and One caught my eye, but I clicked it. Oh, wait, no, that was it. What was this? Fuck. Stop that. Oh, God. Ron DeSantis used footage from Peaky Blinders, and Ron DeSantis is a steaming pile of shit. On behalf of partners of Peaky Blinders, we confirm footage of Tommy Shelby's character used. The video posted by Ron DeSantis' campaign was obtained without permission or official license. We do not support or endorse the video's narrative, strongly disapprove of the use of the content in this manner. Jesus fucking Christ, Ron DeSantis is a fucking cancer in a vaguely human form. Anyway, cocktail finder. All right, so I'm going to go. See if this TUVW whiskey Irish. Mixer. Soda. To see what comes up. Oh, it's actually a High King. Ooh, that could be the one. What's in that? Aperitivo. Yep, okay. I'm just checking that there's like an established kind of thing. Okay, why am I being? I mean, honestly, good question. I'm just using Edge on this. And it was kind of funny seeing the Australian minister shit-talking Trump Jr., saying he's a big whiny baby. He's lying about not being able to get a visa. And she's like, he was able to get a visa. It's just that no one bought tickets. And he was a failure. So he's running off sooking because he's a big baby. All right. Now I've got some really good inspirations. All right. We are definitely doing this tomorrow night, coming up with an Irish whiskey highball for Ray's. I've got some inspiration. It's gonna happen. What's this one? Oh yeah, it's just like a sour with soda water, and that would be good too. But I think we're going to do something a bit more involved than that. A version of a Tom Collins with Irish whiskey. They call it a Ronan Collins. That's pretty cool. No, Safra, I do not like eating hot dogs. They're gross. Sausages, yes. Hot dogs, no. Oh, God, yes, I do actually remember Gavin McInnes getting denied a visa. You know, because he was a fucking Nazi. But yes, Trump Jr. was going to have this big talking tour. Someone convinced him that there were enough losers in Australia who were slavishly doing Trump stuff that he could make some money from rubes. But then no one bought tickets for his tour, so he's claimed it was being denied a visa. And it's like, no, you could have got a visa. It's just no one bought tickets for your pathetic fucking tour, so you're sooking. I want him to be very familiar with the term sooking. Because that's what he's doing. He's sooking. Because he's a goddamn sook. I think Snoop was denied entry, and that's because of various criminal charges. Was he ever convicted and everything? I know he's on murder charges at one point. And I think he possibly has drug convictions. Could be why his visa was denied, which is kind of bullshit, but anyway. But yes, he wasn't. Anyway, we have reached 10 o'clock. I'm not going to go late tonight. So it's time for the ceremonial eating of the cherry. If I tried hot dogs, I'd probably be more. But see, I don't. If it's veggie sausages, it's not hot dogs. Hot dogs are a particular thing. I would be far more likely to have veggie sausage than hot dogs. All right. Yum. So fucking yum. All right. I'm nothing if not predictable. All right, Ray. So it was about the murder case, but he was never convicted of murder charges. There you go. Oh, yum. Those cherries are so fucking yummy. Anywho, I'm going to go sleepy bobos now and get some beauty sleep, which I clearly desperately need, and try and be all G'd up for party night tomorrow night. Yeah, Greg, the sausages are just all the stuff swept up off the floor. So there's a lot of sawdust in there. But I'm going to go to bed now. And see you fine folks another time. Hope you're all taking care. If you're around for party night, aces. Otherwise, just look after yourself and maybe